Good to go. I'd like to call this meeting the August 30th Jamestown City Council meeting to order. Will the clerk please call the roll?
Councilmember Sheldon?
Here.
Brackman? Here. Karuba? Here. Olson?
Here.
Nelson?
Here.
Eklund? Here. Graham Reinhardt? Here. Russell?
Here.
President Hughes?
Here. Would you all please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for the invocation which will be given tonight by the Reverend Tom Monroe of Kidder Memorial Church. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated. I won't talk very long. Please be seated. I was at the DMV today. It only took 2 trips and going to my computer a couple times. And as I was reflecting on it in line waiting and getting kind of worked up over it taking much longer than I thought crossed my mind of folks in another part of the world who were waiting in line, fretting over their paperwork and wondering if they were going to make it to our lane. And I thought about those brave men and women who are caring for them and trying to protect them, and that I had the presence of mind to say the serenity prayer. My problems mattered not by comparison. I know many of you know the serenity prayer, but there's actually an earlier version of the serenity prayer that I think might be appropriate at times like this. And also any time when we lift up our thoughts and minds to the ordering and managing of our community, our duties as citizens, and you as our leaders. The earlier version of the serenity prayer says, "O God, give us the courage to change what must be altered, serenity to accept what cannot be helped, and insight to know the one from the other." Amen.
Thank you. This time, approval of minutes for the July 26th voting session, public hearing held on August 10th. So moved by Councilman Eklund. Messages from the mayor. Do you have any messages?
Dear council members, on August 17th, 2021, I recognized by proclamation the retirement of one City of Jamestown employee, George Wilson of the Department of Public Works. Attached, please find the retirement proclamation honoring and congratulating our retiring employee. In August 2021, we have welcomed 2 new employees to the City of Jamestown, Keith Maggis and Richard Winder, Court Security. I am asking that these new hires be acknowledged and welcome to the city at the August 30, 2021 City Council meeting. Very truly yours, Edward A. Sunquist. Council members, in pursuance of the authority vested in me by the charter of said city, I do hereby nominate Robert Henke, 164 West Virginia Boulevard, Jamestown, New York, 14701, to be appointed constable in and for the city of Jamestown, New York. The term for which said appointment is to be made will expire December 31st, 2024. Edward A. Sunquist, Mayor.
Thank you. That appointment will be tabled for 1 month, and we'll be voting on it in the next voting session. At this point, there's opportunities for people to address the council. If you'd like to address the council tonight, please step up to one of the 2 mics. Give us your name, your home address, and limit your remarks to 5 minutes. Thank you.
Oh, sir, I think he's just going to record you.
Yes, my name is Ronald Stevenson. I've been a resident of this city for, next month will be 67 years. Okay? I'm disgusted with you people.
Could you have your address, please?
254 Broadhead Avenue, Jamestown, New York.
Thank you.
When I was in the military, I was taught to follow procedure. I did. This is where it's happening. We had a tree come down. I got pictures. Broke my neighbor's car. I hope she put a flame in. I told her to. Okay, I called DPW, following procedure. Week later, got nothing, no reply, not even as much as respect of a phone call. Called the mayor's office 2 weeks ago. Guy comes up, Mr. Stevenson, this was last Tuesday. I'm gonna take this thing off your yard. We had another storm over the weekend. More crap's come down. This tree's a danger. Nobody wants to hear anybody. But I'm gonna say this and listen closely. I am prepared. If this thing comes down on my house, my 8-year-old grandson lives with me. If this kills somebody in my house, I'm suing the heck out of the city. That's all I got to say.
Thank you. Anyone else to address the council?
Good evening. My name is Amy Holland, and I reside at 173 Howick in the beautiful city of Jamestown. A few weeks ago, I was in this room to address the safety committee about the unsafe speeds of cars and motorcycles on Howick Street where I reside. From this perspective, I voiced concerns about the potential for increased traffic volume and noise arising from the proposed September car show of Berkman Park. At that meeting, club members assured the audience that they will follow safety and noise guidelines, which I appreciate. Yet I also realize the difficulty in enforcing the behavior of those in attendance, which has led me to speak again on this issue, as I understand it may be part of tonight's voting session. Let me clearly state that I support the club's desire and right to hold this event. I believe our city and neighborhoods are stronger when a diversity of people, cultures, and opinions is welcomed and celebrated. After the safety committee meeting, I had hoped for a win-win solution, which from my perspective would have been to provide an alternate location that could best accommodate the noise of the car competitions and the volume of the expected visitors, and yet place the focus back on a fun and successful family-friendly event. Unfortunately, to my knowledge, this did not happen. And while I support the club's right to hold the car show, I cannot stand in support of Berkman Park as the event's venue. At this late date, and given the ongoing promotion of the event, I do not anticipate a change in the location. So I am here tonight to ask the council to vote on measures that would place conditions on those noise competitions and the number of admitted vehicles to mitigate noise and traffic concerns for those in the Berkman Park Ward, which is my neighborhood. Going further, I would challenge our city leadership and council members to take action to reduce the everyday noise, speed, and safety concerns within our neighborhoods. Whether that is increased monitoring to encourage safe speeds on our residential streets, whether that is modifying or enforcing existing noise ordinances, or whether that is taking a more inclusive look at all of our public events, such as firework displays that negatively affect those with physical and mental health conditions exacerbated by loud or explosive noises. I want to see our citizens working together, collaboratively and empathetically with each other and our elected and appointed officials to share and discuss ideas and find and produce beneficial solutions that will preserve and enhance the quality of life for all those who live, who work, who visit, and who enjoy this great city. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you, and I appreciate your consideration.
Thank you. Is there anyone else who would like to address the council?
Good evening again. Tom LeBeau, 222 Park Street, City of Jamestown. I have a concern about the intersection where my church is located, and I wonder if traffic engineering could take a look at what's going on. In the 2 years I've been pastor there, I witnessed 4 motor vehicle accidents, fairly serious. A couple vehicles actually turned over. In particular, eastbound traffic on Cole Avenue going toward Foot. They come up over the crest of the hill and down just a block, and vehicles traveling north on South Main Street don't have a lot of time to see. Now, they are required to stop, but I wonder if maybe a four-way stop sign might be safer, or if the traffic engineer could take a look at that intersection to see if there could be any improvements to reduce the incidence of accidents. Thank you.
Thank you. We have our Director of Public Works and our Public Works Committee will look into that and maybe contact you on that. Okay. Is there anyone else who would like to address the council?
If I could, I'd like to hand out some more pictures if possible. My name is Anthony Chota. I live at 144 Clifton Avenue in Jamestown, New York. And I was here, as everybody's aware, last month, and I complained about fireworks in the city of Jamestown. And I got some response from council members that led me to believe that it probably was not as intense as maybe I produced it. I want to make sure that this is clear. That's why I've given out those series, I believe there's 8 pictures there. And those pictures are taken right next to Day One Chevrolet, and I believe that's Lafayette Street, where there's an open park there. And they were taken in a video, but I snapshotted them today, or yesterday, so the dates on them are not, they're going to be yesterday's dates, but they're in a progression. I'm not sure which order it's in. You can take a look at it. You can see how intense it was. You can see that after I called the police, that nothing was done. And if you look at those pictures, you'll see 2 gentlemen in those pictures. That wall of flames is higher than the gentleman that lit it off. And I think on the 5th picture in the progression, you're going to see somebody walking to the right on Lafayette Street. So it presented a danger to the people around it. It presented a danger to the person that actually lit the fireworks, and it's inexcusable that this happened. There's also a picture there where there's that wall of flames, and there also is in the background fireworks going off in the air. So if you look at that wall of flames and how dangerous it became, I'm wondering why the fire department never showed up, and I'm wondering why the police never showed up after my call, which I believe I placed somewhere around 9 o'clock that night, and it was prior to what I saw, I believe, on that street. So I just want to say one thing, that the police are not heeding my complaints. That's a good example. The dispatchers had problems with them in Mayville when I make a complaint. So this is what's happened in my life. I make a couple of complaints, I use the dispatcher, I don't get any response from the Jamestown police, and sometimes I'm harassed and lied by the Chautauqua County dispatcher. So this situation has resulted citywide, as you can see, where the citizens and the people of the city of Jamestown feel they're above the law, and the reason they feel that way is because there's no enforcement. Someone just talked about traffic, and I agree 110%. Traffic is terrible where I live, terrible where I've lived, as far as noise, speeding, reckless driving. It's dangerous. There's kids that are on those streets, and it continues that way, and it's not abating. So what needs to be done is the chief needs to prioritize traffic. Now, I'm not the only one that said this, and apparently this is a problem throughout the city. And what needs to be done is a competent police force to take care of these problems. If the police believe they want to coddle to violators or criminals that violate the vehicle and traffic law, that's what's been happening in my life for the last 4 years. If the police, or 20 years, if the police want to allow these people to get away with crimes, they're certainly doing so. So again, I'm calling for some further police action, And it needs to be done in the city where people are above the law, where they're used to committing all kinds of traffic violations and are continuing to do so. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there anybody else who would like to address the council this evening?
I just wanted to ask this man about Dave Warren Chevrolet.
Anyone else?
I'm sorry, it was the wrong,
There is no car here.
not Dave Warren, it's the Dodge dealership there.
At this point, then, if there's no one else who would like to address the council, are there any presentations and petitions? Seeing none, we'll move on to report from standing committees. And our first committee to report this evening will be the Finance Committee, and our Councilwoman Karuba will read the first 5 resolutions.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing payment of the regular audit.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Karuba.
Aye.
Olson. Nelson.
Aye.
Eklund. Aye. Graham Reinhardt.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Wilson.
Aye. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing Captain Robert Samuelson to attend the annual Field Intelligence Officer Regional Coordinator Conference to be held November 1st through 3rd, 2021 in Cooperstown, New York, with expenses paid pursuant to Section 77-D of the General Municipal Law.
Thank you. Are there any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Karuba.
Aye.
Olson. Nelson.
Aye.
Eklund. Aye. Graham Reinhardt.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Wilson.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing Officer Kyle Sorensen to attend the New York State Police Underwater Recovery Team's Fall in-service training to be held in Alexandria Bay, New York, from September 27th to October 1st, 2021, with expenses paid pursuant to Section 77-D of the General Municipal Law.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Karuba.
Aye.
Olson. Nelson.
Aye.
Eklund. Aye. Graham Reinhardt.
Aye.
Russell.
Aye.
President Wilson.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing City Clerk Jennifer Williams and City Controller Ryan Thompson to attend the New York Conference of Mayors Fall Training School from September 20th through 23rd, 2021 in Saratoga Springs, New York, with expenses paid pursuant to Section 77-D of the General Municipal Law.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Karuba.
Aye.
Olson. Nelson.
Aye.
Eklund. Aye. Graham Reinhardt. Russell.
Aye.
And President Wilson.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute a quitclaim deed transferring title of Lot L in the Country View Estates subdivision to the Jamestown Urban Renewal Agency for the purpose of selling said parcel.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Karuba.
Aye.
Olson. Nelson.
Aye.
Eklund. Aye. Graham Reinhardt. Russell.
Aye.
And President Wilson.
Aye. The next 5 resolutions will be offered by Councilwoman Eklund.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the Jamestown Public School System, 197 Martin Road, Jamestown, New York, 14701, for school resource officer services beginning September 1, 2021, and ending June 30th, 2022, an amount of $131,530.59, with $109,479.79 reimbursed to the city of Jamestown.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Karuba.
Aye.
Olson. Nelson.
Aye.
Eklund.
Aye.
Graham Reinhardt. Russell.
Aye.
And President Wilson.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with Arpatic Concrete and Excavating LLC for concrete work, 2021 streetscape reconstruction, Jefferson Street, 8th Street to Isabella Avenue, in an amount not to exceed $60,750.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon.
Aye.
Brackman. Karuba.
Aye.
Olson. Nelson.
Aye.
Eklund.
Aye.
Graham Reinhardt. Russell.
Aye.
President Wilson.
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to execute an agreement with Arpatic Concrete and Excavating LLC for concrete work 2021, Bowen Street, Faulkner Street to Price Street in an amount not to exceed $159,705.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Karuba? Olson? Nelson?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
Graham Reinhardt? Russell?
Aye.
And President Wilson?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution suspending the hiring freeze and authorizing the filling of one laborer position in the Department of Public Works. This position is vacant due to retirement.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Karuba? Olson? Nelson?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
Graham Reinhardt? Russell?
Aye.
And President Wilson?
Aye.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution accepting the offer of Kurt Johnson for the purchase of parcel 387.40-3-56 and authorizing the mayor to execute a quit-claim deed in the amount of $1,000 to TLJKBJ LLC for the purpose of development and expansion of Shawbucks.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Karuba? Olson? Nelson?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
Graham Reinhardt? Russell?
Aye.
And President Wilson?
Aye.
Just as a comment, I know I get asked a lot, as does Kurt, it is no relation, he is not my brother, although I do have a brother, Kurt. So just want to make that clear, I probably should have said that before.
They spell the same too.
It is, it is.
It's Kurt with a K.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to enter into an agreement with the County of Chautauqua for snow removal and ice control services for the period of October 31st, 2021 to April 30th, 2024.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Karuba? Olson? Nelson?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
Graham Reinhardt? Russell?
Aye.
President Wilson?
Aye. That concludes our resolutions from finance. We'll now move on to public safety. We have one resolution which will be sponsored by the chair, Councilman Sheldon.
Thank you, Mr. President. An ordinance amending section 215-74 of the City Code of Jamestown to repeal the mandatory administration fee of $100 issued for those appearing in housing/code enforcement.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Karuba? Olson? Nelson?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
Graham Reinhardt? Russell?
Aye.
And President Wilson?
Aye. We'll now move on to Public Works, and Councilman Nelson will sponsor the two resolutions from Public Works.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor to sign any documents related to the submission of the 2021 TAP CMAQ or Transportation Alternatives Program Congestion Mitigation Air Quality. New York Department of Transportation for the Transportation Master Plan, and he is also hereby authorized to execute all necessary documents for the New York Department of Transportation should the city of Jamestown be successful in securing funding through the TAP CMAQ submission process.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Karuba? Olson? Nelson?
Aye.
Eklund? Graham Reinhardt? Russell?
Aye.
And President Wilson?
Aye.
Mr. President, I have a resolution that the City of Jamestown City Council authorizes the use of its available municipal landfill credits for the disposal of waste and debris associated with demolition of 300 Crescent Street, AKA 308 Crescent Street, SPL number 387.08-2-20 to the Chautauqua County landfill as per the shared services agreement.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Karuba? Olson? Nelson?
Aye.
Eklund? Graham Reinhardt? Russell?
Aye.
And President Wilson?
Aye. That concludes our resolutions from our standing committees. Are there any reports of special committees? Are there any reports from city officers? Are there any reports from council members on administrative boards? Is there any unfinished business? We do have one resolution under new business, and that will be sponsored by Councilwoman Eklund.
Thank you, Mr. President. I have a resolution authorizing the mayor and police chief director of public safety to receive grant funds from the 2021 Edward Byrne Memorial Justice Grant, J, to be utilized by the Jamestown Police Department in the amount of $18,151.00.
Thank you. Any questions or comments? Clerk, please poll the council.
Councilmember Sheldon?
Aye.
Brackman? Karuba? Coniston? Nelson?
Aye.
Eklund?
Aye.
Sam Reinhardt? Russell?
Aye.
And President Hills.
Aye. Thank you. Is there any other new business to come to the council? Sure. I just wanted to make a quick comment on Mr. Stevenson. Is it Mr. Stevenson?
That's
He
it.
came up, you sat before I had to just make sure that we know exactly where that tree is located. We'll have our arborist take a look at it.
I
Okay.
have pictures of it, you
Okay.
can see.
Yeah, there's a lot of times
Somebody's
we're
gonna
not.
get hurt. I'm not an expert, but I did years ago. Like I said, I'm 67 years old next month.
Okay, we can.
I worked in every place in this town. It was a good paying place, but when I didn't have a job, I worked as, I was cutting trees down. Now, I'm not saying this to be a wise guy or anything,
No, it's,
but I do know trees. This thing's dead.
okay. We'll have-
And why I'm afraid in the wintertime, the way the wind comes across, okay, it's gonna come down on my house, okay? And I'm prepared, and I'm not trying to be giving anybody a hard time, but you know what? I've looked at it this way. I feel like I said in the beginning, I feel like I'm back in the military. Nobody's listening. I follow procedure, go down the chain of command, nobody's listening. Well, if this thing kills anybody in my house, somebody will listen, because I won't get a lawyer here. I'll get one out in Buffalo, Rochester, but I will sue the city for more money than it's got.
We'll make sure. I know our arborist is very good at evaluating trees.
I hope you're doing better than I did, because nobody's listening to me, and I'm sick of it. I pay taxes here too.
Well, like I said, now that we're aware of it, we can have the arborist look at it. This is probably news to all of us for the first time, so.
That ain't news to the DPW.
Okay.
It wasn't news to the mayor's office last week when he assured me that he'd get a hold of it. He did. I'm not gonna give the man the credit that he didn't do it. He did it. But what I don't like is being lied to. The guy came from down here, came to my street, talking to my neighbor. I walked out. You Mr. Stevenson? Yes, I am. I'm gonna take care of that right now, right today. This is Monday. The big branch is still laying in my yard. I can't mow the lawn. There's more branches down from, like I said, the weekend storm. Every time the storm comes through, more crap's coming down. Somebody's gonna get seriously hurt, and you're gonna get sued.
Okay. We'll make sure that they take a look at it. Thank you. Is there any other comments? Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to make a statement. The county thread of complaints I've received from Ward 4 residents all summer long concern noise. Noise of all types, including barking dogs, motorcycles, loud cars, and fireworks, and they are frustrated by the intrusion. At this point in time, residents are concerned about any additional sound that raises the volume in their neighborhoods. A recent check with the police department indicated that 738 noise complaints have been received from January 1st, 2021 through noon, August 30th, 2021 today. At the last work session, though it was not my intent, I understand that my description of the car show offended some people, and I would like to apologize. The words I used, however, were those of Mr. Sanchez from the sound check at Bergman Park as he tried to explain to me the difference between a classic car show and the September 18th car stereo competition, the essence of which is to produce a louder sound than your competitor. I was not familiar with that type of event, I admit, and I have been educated and I have learned that there are different types of car events, and I was not aware of this type. I would especially like to thank Councilmember Russell for reaching out to me so that we could find a way to make this event work for everyone, Ward 4 residents, and I greatly appreciate your efforts and wish to thank you and the members of the Public Safety Committee. Thank you.
Thank you. Is there any other business to come this evening from the council? Seeing none, I declare this